Hello folks, and welcome to my next server diary blog entry for the Super Server Cool Dudes Diaries. So this is my video blog of my home data center that I'm building in the corner of, yes, my bedroom. Now, people setting up servers in their bedroom, yes, it causes a great deal of controversy, and of course people hate it, but it's my hobby and I love it. Now, I'm sort of moulding my data center. It's power data cable management and server placement and etc, etc. And in today's video I'm also going to talk about my interactive TFT screen that I mentioned that was coming, or I had ordered in my last video. Now, also in today's video I'll be showing you standing up by my wardrobe there is a very large among the paint which I'm decorating my house with, so ignore that. I know I'm going to get a telling off for having paint right next door to electrical equipment. Not good, very flammable. Yeah, but we'll forget that for the moment. Focus was closing down, so I had a great deal. I had £90 worth of paint there for a tenner, so that was fantastic. Anyway, moving on. We have a quite large, I think it was a sort of 2x2 size of chunking, which I'm hoping is going to go across the ceiling, across to there. It's going to drop down by the door, and then I'm going to hang this PDU board here on the back of that door, because at the moment we've got a small problem. I've run out of 3-core 13 amp wire and it's blocking the server door from opening, the server cabinet door, so I can't get it open. So yeah, we've got to lengthen some cables and change things around a little bit. So this is just my next part of moulding it together. So anyway, let's on with a bit more to explain what I intend on doing with my chunking. Now, as you can see, albeit a little bit closer this time, you've got 2x2 chunking. It's quite deep, as you can see there. Not sure if you can see, sort of get the idea of how deep it is there. Well, it's quite deep anyhow. And in here, there, as you can see it, there's actually quite a good thing. There's 2 grooves. There's 1 groove here and 1 groove there. Now, I intend on separating, because the DSL connection will be coming in overhead as well, as my switch, which I'll show you in just a second. Okay, here is the switch which is feeding this room with internet, among my laptop, my VoIP adapter, and etc, etc. Right, let's go back to the chunking. So yes, that will be one of the wires that will be going in this chunking. I'm trying the best I can to separate data and power cords from each other to maximise performance with the network, because obviously electrical static fields and all that crap would highly affect the way data runs up and down the data lines. So it's very important and mission critical that my servers are up all the time and not affected by any interference from electrical wiring. So anyway, also in this chunking, I'm planning on putting, as I say, my DSL wire that comes from the point in the old server closet, and it comes into here via my Draytech 2820. At the moment, it's sort of sat behind here in an awful mess. And let's put the light on there so you can see. Down there you can just about see it, apart from the 2-point plug there, which is this wire here, I believe. Hang on. That wire there is where the internet comes into the rack. So at the moment it enters at the bottom of the rack, so does the electric point. But albeit I want it to come into the top of the rack where the extraction fan is at the moment. So that's that. So yeah, and then obviously we want to move, when I've added a bit more wiring in here, we want to be moving the PDU board. Not the fan. We'll extend the wire for the fan if that's not long enough, but that there will be going over here on the back of this door, which I'll show you now. There you go. It will be on the back of this door eventually, albeit it'll be hanging by chains from the top of the door and also secured at the bottom of the PDU as well, so it doesn't rattle about and cause any unbeknownst sort of horrids. Or it could even be mounted on this wall here. But I will tell you, these walls are solid and they make your drill bits glow. So I'll be testing for steel joists in this wall to make sure I don't break any more drill bits. Right folks, here is the monitor that I was talking about in previous videos. It's my Hitachi interactive whiteboard. Well, I think it's a whiteboard. It's an interactive screen anyway. It's supposed to be touch screen, obviously using a stylus. I had a stylus. I still have the stylus. However, when I plug this thing into the desktop or laptop or anything, it don't work. So it's going to be going back to the supplier very soon to not have it changed. I'm swapping it for a UPS. I've decided to wait until a proper server console where one new console tray turns up on eBay for me to purchase that works. I've decided to give up on this particular device as I have no clue how to use it, and neither does my supplier. So they've just sort of condemned it as being broke. So instead, on this opportunity, I'm swapping this monitor for a UPS, an APC 1200 VA smart UPS to power my rack, as my current small UPSs are nowhere near as powerful enough to power my entire rack. It does a good job of powering, well, at least sort of possibly one server at the very most, and it will power that for around 5 minutes and then die. So we need a good badass UPS, and I think a 1200 VA will be perfectly fine for my current rack configuration. So yeah, so that's my story about this dead. It works fine as a dual monitor, as a standard monitor, but that's not exactly what I purchased it for. So yeah, that's the Hitachi interactive screen, and albeit dead as part of the interactive features of it are. So yeah, so we'll see you in my next clip. Okay, folks, here we have it. Part 2 of my video that the project I'm currently working on. In part 1, I described that I was putting some chunking up on the ceiling to allow power delivery to the rack from the top, also delivering the internet connection which comes into the rack, which is my ADSL2 connection. Quite nice. It's the fastest we have in the UK at the moment. Well, not the fastest, there is fibre optics, but not in the town that I live in. So here we have it. There is the 42U server rack. There is my PDU board, which will be going over there once we have enough cable to feed through this chunking. At the moment everything is a bit too short, and tomorrow I will be going to purchase some more wire to complete my project. So here we have it. Once it's finalised, I'll be putting the chunking on the bottom part of the chunking on, and the power will be exiting this end to get into the rack. It will go across this chunking along with the internet cable, and then it will go out towards that wall there, where the PDU board will be sitting in its new location. So I'm having to buy some fixtures and fittings to get the PDU board onto that wall there, and also possibly a little bit more chunking to finish it off. And that's pretty much it. Okay, folks, I'll see you in my next clip. Hi folks, welcome to part 3 of my current project. Here is my 42U rack. Notice the paint tins have gone. Here's the 42U rack, and in part 2 I mentioned that I was putting power and data wires coming to the top of the rack, and as you can see, the project is near enough complete now. It's got a few little bits, odds and ends to tie up, but as you can see, a little safety setup before I show you this PDU board, which I have made some slighter alterations to fit the new wiring mould that I've put in here. I've got to say, if you are not confident with electrical equipment, it's highly advisable that you do not try this at home. It could kill you and possibly cause a fire in your home. It's incredibly dangerous, so if you don't know what you're doing, please consult a qualified electrician before completing something like this. I do have a degree of not a university degree. I just as in the word term degree. I have a degree of knowledge, a number of years of doing such wiring. So it's again highly advisable you don't try this at home. Right, this is the PDU board. As you can see, it's suspended from the water pipes with a solid CL50 chain. It's quite solid. It's hooked around the pipes up there, as you can see, locked with padlocks, so no one can get this off the wall unless they use bolt cutters. I tried hammering this chain to get a link out of it earlier on, and it's really bloody hard. So I can safely say that would not be coming off the wall unless it was ripped off the wall, which is highly unlikely. Anyhow, whoops, looks like one of the things has come out the PDU board. Let's fix that first. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, here's the PDU board, and as you can see at the moment, I don't know whether you can see that display there. Here's a HD camera, so you should be able to see it. It's the power monitoring. At the moment it's using 273 watts an hour, which is quite good. As you can see, we have the thermometer for the room, so when it goes above around about 18 degrees in here, these fans automatically come on. So the fans are currently on at the moment, as they're displayed here. The red light's onto this gangway, which is where all the cooling happens. So if I there you go, if I turn it down up a little bit, you'll hear the pop of the extractor fan in the server unit, and when I push it back to 18 degrees it should come back on again. There you go, and that light displays it there. Here is the isolation switch, which I'm not going to press because my servers will go off. Well, they won't because they're on UPSs, but once I've actually taken the only UPS I have out at the moment, so I have no backup power, which is a bit stupid of me. Nevertheless, once I have my UPS in place, I can demonstrate how the UPS system works, and how the backup power works. I have a small UPS located behind the boards here, which does power the switch for sort of 5 minutes, but that's about it. Then it cuts off and everything falls over. Anyway, that's what that long cable is there. It goes down to the UPS, which is sat down there. Anyway, that's pretty much it, apart from, there you go, I've done some quite neat cable arrangements. It goes all the way up here, see, all the way up here, and then it goes along this huge chunking, and then it lands up coming out of here, and then it goes down into the server rack. I'm yet to put the data and phone cables, the data cable that runs into my office and monitoring station. There's a long grey cable there. The white cable next to it's the ADSL line. I have put them both into the top of the rack, but I'm yet to put them into the chunking. That's a hell of a job. So yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it completed. Yeah, nothing new to show you yet. I'm still waiting for my UPS to turn up for my IT supplier. As you can see, normal kits, normal servers, Dell server down there, wicked. Anyway, so yeah. That pretty much wraps up my latest project. So yeah, I'll see you next time in my next video. You've been watching the Super Server Dude Server Diaries. My name is Dean, aka Super Server Dude. See you next time. Bye for now.